February is Couples Month at Bible Way Church of Atlas Road, and it is also the month we celebrate the historic accomplishments and contributions of African Americans in the U.S. Throughout the month, we'll be highlighting Black love by featuring both prominent and unsung heroic couples who have either paved the way or made a way despite the odds. This week features professional tennis player, author Ashe, and activist and photographer Jeanne Moutoussamy-Ashe. A correspondent for Ebony magazine described the couple as the quintessential perfect couple, the kind of lovers for whom the word soulmates was invented. A twosome whose love for one another could be seen and felt from afar. Arthur grew up during segregation. Despite that, he said, every day we got the same message drummed into us, despite discrimination and lynch mobs. Teachers told us some Black folks have always managed to find a way to succeed. Arthur won 3 national tennis championships while on scholarship at UCLA after serving 2 years in the Army. He became a professional tennis player. He became the first Black male player to win the US Open, Australian Open, and the Wimbledon Tennis Championships. He also became the first Black player to be ranked #1 in the world. Off the court, he helped to create the International Tennis Players Association. He was a strong advocate against apartheid in South Africa. When Nelson Mandela, who was freed from his South African jail after 27 years, was asked which American he'd most like to meet, his response was Arthur Ashe. Jeanne began formal painting classes at the Art Institute of Chicago when she was 8 years old. After high school, she attended Cooper Union, one of New York's most prestigious art schools. Jeanne spent her junior year visiting West African countries and producing 3 photographic collections. Her experience in Africa helped her to get a job at the New York office of National Broadcasting Company before she finished college. She worked at NBC's graphic art department and established herself as a photographer in the male-dominated world of photojournalism. Arthur met Jeanne in 1976 at a United Negro College Fund benefit in New York. She was there as a photographer for NBC, and he was there to promote the United Negro College Fund. 4 months after their first date, they were married. Regarding her marriage, Jeanne said, there was a partnership. There was something for both of us to exchange. He taught me a greater love of myself, and he brought out so many things in me that I didn't know I had inside. It was Arthur's influence that helped me to make my ideas and put them into book form. In 1982, Jeanne published Dafusky Island, a photographic essay. The book explores the life of Gullah inhabitants in South Carolina's Dafusky Island. In 1986, she published Viewfinders, Black Women Photographers, a history of African American women's contribution to the photographic record. In 1988, author Ashe learned he had contracted HIV from a blood transfusion. Despite his diagnosis, he was a passionate advocate for people with HIV and AIDS. He sadly passed away in 1993. That year, Jeanne published a book entitled Daddy and Me, a book that is a collection of pictures of Arthur and their daughter. The book was created to encourage families who were going through similar struggles after Arthur's death. After Arthur's death, Jeanne said, I am really surrounded and sustained daily by the power of love. When you're in a relationship, I don't think you recognize the everlasting power it can have. Arthur Ashe and Jeanne Moutoussamy-Ashe.